Hello friends, welcome now to the back nine of our shot for shot at Cutalong at Lake Anna. Here at number 10, this is actually a drivable par 4. I ended up with a 5-wood. This entire hole is kind of a redan. We talked about the redan back on number 8. This entire hole is kind of a redan that slopes a little bit left to right, and you could take driver or some type of a club that's going to drive the green, but it's unlikely that you're going to hold it. So that's just something to keep in mind. My 5-wood sort of ended up towards that bunker on the left, and yeah, exactly towards that bunker on the left. Left myself with a really great amount of green to be able to play with here. Thought I hit a really nice pitch. The ball just did not check up for me, and I left myself with like 35 feet here for my 3. Whoa. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about getting that down there to gimme range, legit gimme range. You'll see that that doesn't happen a whole lot here on the backside. Number 11 is a par 5 that's sort of shaped like a fish hook. You're probably going to want to dial it back off of driver. Just word to the wise. I didn't know what I know right now, which is, as you can see here from the air, there is a penalty area up there kind of in the shadow, and that's where my drive goes when I hit driver. So this ball was a drop, and this was just a 7-iron that I laid up. I didn't know sort of what I was going to get off of this. It does slope so hard to the right. This was 65 yards, totally go zone with the backstop in the back. And I will tell you, I just completely airmailed it. But, you know, when you've got a short game like mine, you don't worry about things like that. You just go flag hunting every time. Am I right? No, I'm not right. That's not what you do. You should play to the fat part of the green. Wear that green out, that fat side of the green. But I got this down to 6 or 7 feet ish and was able to navigate that to save par. Looked like still good stretch here, like we talked about on the front of those 8 to 10 footers. First look at ace cam here is number 12. It played about 174, 175 from our tees. I think Chris got it to pin high in the bunker or so, and I came up short, and as you will see, in a less than favorable position. This green is modeled is a Barrett's after the CB McDonald invention, which features a long rectangular shaped green with a deep depression in the middle that creates 2 unique, distinct plateaus. I chipped that to just barely on the edge of it and walk away with double on a par 3, which is never a good feeling. Never a good feeling. 13 here really didn't require the team to move too much earth as they designed this hole. You can see things sort of start going south for me here, and it's not great. I had like 50 yards here for that shot. I did hit it to here, which was a very good shot from down there, and walked away with bogey. This hole you can play to the left or the right. It's a par 5. Really fun kind of look, but you better get over there quick if you hit a ball that starts going left, because you're going to end up down here. I chopped out a 6-iron, and that's still very much in play, a playable area. It's not a penalty area, and left myself with 97 yards here. The battery runs out on the camera, so you're not going to see the glory of me lagging this down to a foot, but it did happen. Just take my word for it. But the battery runs out just after I strike this putt. Yep, there it runs out. So we move on to 15. This was a 3-wood that I hit a groove low, but ended up going like a rocket down the right side. You could play this sort of down the left or the right. The right is a little bit more aggressive, but I was able to carry those bunkers, left myself with about 90 yards here. And either way, whichever way you sort of choose to play the hole, you're going to have to deal with that little mound there on the right-hand side that kind of protects the flagstick or protects that part of the green. Rolled that up there. and tap that in. Number 16 is the other bunkerless hole on the course. There was one on the front side. This plays a little over 400 yards. That was a driver that I hit to about 125, 128 maybe. Just totally staring that like I'm gonna stuff it, and I ended up going wide right. 40, 45, 50 feet. I don't know how long that putt was, and it wasn't a very good first putt. But I left the camera here thinking this is going to be a routine 2-putt, and I'll tell you, it turns out not to be. Spoiler alert. It was a routine 3-putt, as is the case for me here on the backside. It is a generous landing area off the tee, though, so that's something to keep in mind as you play the 16th at Cutalong at Lake Anna. 17 is modeled after one of Tom's favorite par 3s in golf, which is Alistair Mackenzie's Gibraltar in Moortown in England. It has an unusual positioning of bunkers elevated above the green on the right and well below the green on the left. This was a 6-iron that I hit just past pin high, and at this point still don't have a good pace of what I'm trying to do here on the greens. And another routine 3-putt, which is back-to-back 3-putts. Wonderful feeling. It's likely that you're going to 3-putt when you play Cutalong. Just spoiler there. But don't get discouraged, because the greens are great, the course is great, and it really is a lot of fun. 18 is captivated by a natural valley that rises gently to the northwest. Tom really liked this piece of the property and modeled it after Shinnecock Hills, actually. Shinnecock's renowned for prolific bunkering, and this par 4, the closing hole, is the most bunkered hole on the golf course. And I found one of those. I'm glad I got to experience it. And I would say I laid that up, but I hit the best shot that I could, and I came up short. You'll see here, this is kind of gives you a look at the pitch shot that I have ahead of me. But just doesn't that look beautiful? Man. Chip that into the front bank and got it to about 8 feet or so, and navigate that successfully for a par, closing out the back 9 at Cutalong at Lake Anna. I hope you have the opportunity to play. I hope you have the opportunity to learn about a stay and play package at Cutalong, and take advantage of that. We'll see you soon.